Good evening, Belize, and welcome to XTV's news broadcast for Wednesday, May 20, 2026. Making the headlines tonight, PM says government's foregone tax fuel revenue now stands at $80 million. Fuel dealers' margin reduced. Cabinet supports HPV school vaccination program, and bill proposes NHI contributions similar to Social Security. We take our first break and return with the news in detail.
The Social Security Board's new whistleblower reporting system makes it easy and confidential to speak up by reporting misuse of the Social Security services and benefits, including fraud, misconduct, false claims, and more. If you know of any unethical or illegal activity relating to SSB benefits, claims, or personnel, go to ssbspeakup.integrityline.com or use our toll-free hotline 0800-SPEAK-UP. 0800-773-2587. This confidential reporting system is a way for you to report concerns or incidents privately without fear of reprisal. Your submission is confidential and anonymous. The Social Security Board is committed to providing a secure, confidential medium for whistleblowing that promotes organizational accountability and enhances public confidence in our services.
The success of my business means a lot to my family, especially my brother, because I'm continuing his legacy, making butterfly art collages. It was very hard for me to receive payments. I had to go directly to meet the person I'm purchasing from and who I'm selling to receive payment. Because I opened my business account with Atlantic Bank, now I can make and receive payments online, and this has made my job much easier.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Life moves fast. Your connection should keep up. Need more credit? More data? A flex bundle that fits your lifestyle? With Smart Prepaid, they're a prepaid option for every lifestyle and budget, making it easy to stay connected wherever you are. Because with Smart Prepaid, you can connect on your terms. Purchase credit, data, flex bundles, prepaid plans, and all your favorite prepaid services at any Smart agent, Smart showroom, or simply dial *100 key. No stress, no waiting. Just fast, easy, convenient ways to stay connected every day. Smart Prepaid. Connect on your terms.
Paperworks Entertainment and SJ Promotion presents the official Belizean Jamaican Link-Up, the Father's Day edition. It's an all-white day party on Sunday, June 21st at the Belize Airport Authority parking lot, 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. Featuring the international reggae dancehall singing sensation stage boss, Wayne Wonder. To mash up the stage alongside the General Super G for the first time in Belize, Steely Bashman, plus Belize's top DJs. Get your general tickets for $60 and VIP for $150 at Madisco, Stone Music Outlet, and VIP Wireless. And lock the date for the official Belizean Jamaican Link-Up all-white day party on Sunday, June 21st at the Belize Airport Authority parking lot, 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. sponsored by
This Mother's May, celebrate the woman who makes the house feel like home all month long. Great deals like 15% off bathroom and kitchen fixtures from Moen, Hansgrohe, and Duraflow. Plus 15% off Hispasensa tiles, Stormguard windows, and 40% off Sunlight windows. And 15% off Berger paints and huge savings on clearance colors. So come in to Habet and Abet or Brothers Habet, call us or WhatsApp us today and make this Mother's May one to remember. Happy Mother's Day to all marvelous moms.
The Ministry of Infrastructure Development and Housing hereby advises the public of the commencement of works for temporary bridge crossings at 2 locations in Belize City. The first temporary bridge crossing is being constructed near the Belcan Bridge, extending between the Belize Water Services Limited (BWSL) parking lot on the south side and the vacant lot adjacent to the Save-You store on the north side. Construction of a second temporary bridge crossing near the Swing Bridge between the Bottom Dollar parking area and Regent Street West is scheduled to commence during the week of May 18, 2026. Works at both locations generally include driving of foundation piles, placement of bridge girders, construction of reinforced concrete deck structures, associated marine and support works. To facilitate construction activities, barges and other marine equipment may be positioned within the Hallover Creek and may remain in place until work is completed. The temporary bridge structures are being constructed to maintain public access and traffic circulation during the planned reconstruction of the Swing Bridge and Belcan Bridge later this year. MIDH advises all mariners and users of the Hallover Creek that active construction zones will be in effect at both locations. As such, all marine vessels are hereby advised that a no-wake zone will be enforced for approximately 200 feet on either side of each construction area. Operators of marine vessels and all users of the Hallover Creek are asked to exercise caution when navigating through work zones, observe all posted signage and safety instructions, reduce speed and comply with no-wake restrictions, remain attentive to construction personnel and equipment, extend courtesy and cooperation with workers on site. The Ministry thanks the public and the maritime community for their patience, understanding, and cooperation as we work to modernize and improve the nation's infrastructure. For further information on the project, please contact the Project Execution Unit at 614-3195.
You're up against some tough challenges, but not all heavy-duty lubricants can handle the pressure. Until now, introducing Ridgeline Lubricants, a homegrown solution engineered right here to solve the hurdles you face every day. Backed by experts who understand the ups and downs of where you're operating and what's at stake. Specially formulated to protect your equipment so you can push past grueling hours, heavy loads, and harsh conditions to reach for greater productivity. Ridgeline Lubricants. Long live your equipment.
Welcome back with your news. I am Drea Espinosa. The price of regular fuel jumped at the pump to $14.83 in Belize City, up from $13.82. With the Middle East crisis continuing to disrupt global supply and pushing crude prices higher, even more increases are expected. Prime Minister John Briceño today said the government is still reducing the excise tax on fuel so as to cushion the impact on Belizeans.
As of now, we've given up about $80 million in revenues. That's $80 million that's already been programmed within the budget. But we just can't afford to pass the entire cost to our citizens. So as a government, we have decided we have to cut the taxes of what we charge and still give a little bit into the pump, but we're doing as best as possible to hold on the cost. but it's impossible for us to be able to do. We have decided, as a government, we've already made a number of decisions in seeing where we can cut goods and services to be able to try to balance the budget. There are different ways that we want to do. But one thing that we're not going to compromise is in the social services, in providing grocery bags for the most needed, the housing, the land, education, NHI. These things, these are the pillars of the PUP government.
How much was cut in this season?
I think we cut about $1. I don't have the exact numbers.
Fuel dealers were notified yesterday that their margin was being reduced by the government. They are saying this is a unilateral and that a 2004 agreement with the government required that both sides agree to any change to the formula in writing.
I'm not aware of that 2004 agreement. But what has happened that in 2004, the government then decided to set the margin based on the cost of fuel. So the higher the cost, the more the margin increase. And so there has been, because the price of fuel has been going up, their margins continue to go up. And all of us have to take a cut. Because when their margin increase, who pay for that? The consumers. So,
are you breaking even in your account because you've talked about excise, but what about GST?
We're not breaking even, we're giving up $80 million. We've given up $80 million in taxes, so can we break even?
Excise.
Yes, but which is a part of the tax.
Yes.
So you have excise and you have the environmental tax and you have the GST. But you still, so what would you put the whole as what you collect, and from that we have already cut 80 million.
Some of the dealers want to strike because they say the margin is too little. Will government enter into discussions with them?
Well, we as a government, we are always ready to listen. We believe that dialogue is the best way to go, and we want to. They want to be able to meet with the government. Of course, we're prepared to meet with them.
And will you disclose the fuel price formula with the landed costs and government tax takes so that consumers can confirm the losses that the government say it is taking?
But that's never a secret. That's out there. But anybody want it, I'm sure they could call the financial secretary and get that information.
We want it. Can you send it?
Of course, I would have to send it.
Cabinet, in a release today, expressed support for the implementation of the national school-based free HPV vaccination program, saying, quote, "It helps protect against cervical cancer and other HPV-related diseases," end quote. Cabinet further notes the cervical cancer remains a serious public health concern in Belize. The Ministry of Health and Wellness continues to provide the HPV vaccine primarily to children ages 10 to 14 through its different programs, and Cabinet says government remains committed to ensuring equitable access to preventive healthcare services for all children and families across Belize. The Prime Minister was asked to weigh in on the change in position by the Roman Catholic Diocese today.
Should the government compel the Catholic school management allow the vaccine to be administered in the schools with parental consent?
Why do you want to put me in trouble with my wife? No, but seriously, on a serious note. Again, we brought it up in Cabinet and we're very concerned. But we are supporting our young women, our young girls and women to have access to this vaccine, and it is protecting them against cervical cancer, so we do support them.
The NHI Authority bill introduced in February 2026 states that persons in insurable employment, employers, the self-employed, and retirees receiving a pension or annuity may be required to pay NHI contributions. One observer notes that this would be similar to the contribution structure under the Social Security scheme. The question now is when such a requirement would actually take effect. Here's Prime Minister John Bresenio.
I wish that the leader of the opposition would do her work on this, because she was explaining what is the whole rationale. The rationale for that is more for the future. It's not right now. NHI is providing primary health care. And when you see somebody saying, I go to NHI and I pay $2, because the government, through the taxpayers and through the Bolido, where this year I think we put about $20 million into NHI to help to pay for that. But in the future, thinking years down, once it is properly operating and running, we could look at probably providing even more services like secondary and tertiary services. And we believe that if we can do that and we could pool everybody's monies of those that are participating in that, then they will be able to, then there's going to be a small charge. And that's what they do in other countries, like for instance, like Costa Rica, looking at Costa Rica model, the workers pay something and then they could get added services, added medical services. I know that the insurance companies in Belize have been looking at how they could partner with government, and as opposed to them sending people abroad for services, that they could probably get it here at a fraction of the cost. And or people at NHI have been looking at that opportunity, that maybe later on in the future, then we can level up or go up the services that we want to provide. So it has nothing to do that we're going to put a tax on people right now for the primary healthcare services that we are offering at almost free under the NHI.
Prime Minister John Briceño today spoke about the condition of Orange Walk South Area Rep. Honorable Hussein Mai since his November 17, 2025 cabinet exit, citing the need for back surgery. At the end of last month, it emerged that Mai underwent knee surgery and is now walking with a cane.
What has happened is that when then he went to see the doctor said the first thing they need to do is the knee, because he was walking sideways. So if you do anything with your back and you're still walking sideways, you're not doing anything. So they have to fix his knees first, and that's what they've done.
We saw him walking sideways because we didn't.
But you did, of course, you used to walk like sideways. But the doctors, the professionals can, unless you're a doctor, I mean, you can talk, but the doctors are the ones that came up with that. They say that they have to do the knees first, and then they look at the back. But again, the back, I think everybody's afraid for surgery for your back.
So when can we expect his return to cabinet?
And that's a decision that we're going to decide in the future.
As for Honorable Francis Fonseca, who underwent open heart surgery on May 4 of this year, the Prime Minister says there is no confirmed date for his return to cabinet at this time.
Well, the last time that I spoke with him, I messaged him, and he's doing well. He's getting better. I went to see him on a Friday after the surgery, and he looked quite relaxed. And I was kind of joking with him that maybe, some of us should be able to at least put you to sleep for 3 days and could relax or leave it to. But he is doing well, and I'm hoping I can do a quick visit with him.
When is he expected back?
Well, we don't know yet. I think it's what I'm telling him. His health comes first. Once he feels that he is in a position to go back to work, he's welcome. We certainly need his help.
After the break, Unitedville shooting leaves one dead. Belize City suspects detained. Stay with us.
Nando's Wholesale is your market leader in Belize's wholesale industry when it comes to high-quality products at the most reasonable and competitive prices. With over 40 years in the wholesale business, Nando's Wholesale embraces the partnership of the hotel industry in Belize by providing world-renowned brands in wines, seasonings, condiments, and cleaners in industrial sizes, as well as small and large kitchen appliances and equipment. Nando's also takes pride in providing one of the quietest and most durable air conditioning systems in Belize with technical support and spare parts. Nando's Wholesale. Professional, reliable, effective, and prompt. Nando's Wholesale always delivers. Visit us at www.nandos.bz or send an email to nandos@nandos.bz. Or, even better yet, give us a call today at 222-500 or 280-8080 to speak to one of our sales representatives today.
The Social Security Board's new whistleblower reporting system makes it easy and confidential to speak up by reporting misuse of the Social Security services and benefits, including fraud, misconduct, false claims, and more. If you know of any unethical or illegal activity relating to SSB benefits, claims, or personnel, go to ssbspeakup.integrityline.com or use our toll-free hotline 0800-SPEAK-UP, 0800-773-2587. This confidential reporting system is a way for you to report concerns or incidents privately without fear of reprisal. Your submission is confidential and anonymous. The Social Security Board is committed to providing a secure, confidential medium for whistleblowing that promotes organizational accountability and enhances public confidence in our services.
Whether you are a busy person or stuck in traffic or having an adverse or very demanding circumstance, tension builds up, causing you to be stressed out. Stress attacks everyone, anytime, any age. And stress is a killer. Palm City? It's best to be alive than dead. So visit Freetown Drugstore to get options to relieve stress and to relax your mind.
Yes, sir. What can I do for you today? I'm so stressed out. Okay, I'm saying I can help right now. When I this daily, for 10 days, I am good after that, okay? Okay.
Freetown Drugstore, 28 Freetown Road, where you are better off alive than dead. Freetown Drugstore, telephone 223-2876.
Look here, your kitchen light there and you never in the kitchen. But I'm going back in there right now. And the coffee maker? Just to try keep my coffee warm for later. What do you do now? I'll try to think about what to eat. You know the more you open or close the fridge, it takes longer for the food cool. For a hot day like today, it burns more energy. You charge your phone right now? No. Plug it out then. You really only wash 2 Lee socks and 1 Lee shirt? You don't know what small load burn the same amount of electricity as large loads? But this is my favorite shirt. You have to be more energy efficient. Use large loads. This AC, the blow hard. You know, if you keep the temperature at 25 degrees Celsius or higher, you burn less energy and you also keep the place cool. And for a nice day like today, turn off the AC, open up the house and make some fresh breeze come in. You know what? I think I get it now. As consumers, we need to be more energy efficient and practice energy conservation.
A 43-year-old man, Alan Gongora, is dead and 7 Belize City gang affiliates are reportedly in custody following a shooting on Tuesday night after 9 in Unitedville, Cayo. Gunshots were reported behind the River of Life Church in Unitedville, an area police know as a local drug base. Responding officers found Gongora's body with multiple gunshot wounds. Witnesses reported seeing a dark-complexioned man fleeing into a black Chevy Equinox, which sped off toward Bamopan. The Special Patrol Unit, SPU, and GI-3 tracked the SUV to Roaring Creek, Cayo, where the occupants abandoned the vehicle and fled on foot. After a short chase, police captured the suspects, who are confirmed to be from Belize City and are believed to be gang-affiliated. Police also recovered 2 9mm pistols that the suspects had thrown into a yard. Investigators also established that the getaway SUV had been rented from a dealership in Belize City. ASP Stacy Smith said police believe Gongora was the intended target.
Officers responded where upon their arrival, they observed the unresponsive body of Mr. Gongora, which exhibited gunshot wounds. A vehicle of interest was identified, and this information was disseminated to the Roaring Creek Police, as well as the tactical operational units of the department, namely the GI-3, the Special Patrol Unit, and the Mobile Interdiction Unit. Consequently, an operation was launched. This proved successful as during the course of that operation, the vehicle of interest was intercepted and 2 weapons, being 2 9mm pistols, along with a number of 9mm rounds, were recovered, and these firearms were believed to have been in the custody of those individuals. I will say is that we believe that this incident is drug related. As a matter of fact, a review of the scene led to the discovery of a number or a quantity of suspected drugs, being crack cocaine and cannabis, which were in the hand of the deceased male person.
On Tuesday, UDP leader Honorable Tracy Panton warned that the proposed NHI authority bill would open the door to corruption. She also claimed that corruption has already started. As NHI expands into the Cayo district, she noted that an NHI provider contract in Benqueviejo del Carmen was awarded to someone unknown in the community who, according to her, currently has no clinic.
We also need disclosure on who the contracts will be given to. If you follow the House meetings, you will know that the Honorable Miguel Guerra stood up in the National Assembly and said, we have a public health care facility in Benke, named after the 2 doctors who passed away. But yet the person who is getting a contract is someone that nobody in the community knows and can't find. There's no office, there's no building, there's no sign, but that entity is being awarded the contract to deliver NHI services in Benke. Hustle, hustle, hustle. We want the government to explain the regional allocations. So how much Belize want get? Belize district? Because it should be based on need. It should be based on population size. There is no reason Orange Walk should get a bigger allocation than Cayo if you follow that simple formula. But that is the case today.
An Indian Creek Orange Walk family is mourning the death of their 1-year-old son, Pete Wall, following an accident. The father told police that sometime after 8 on Monday night, he entered his vehicle and was taking off when he noticed his wife was signaling to him that something had happened. When he exited the vehicle and checked, he had mistakenly run over his son, who succumbed to his injuries. ASP Stacy Smith said the file has been sent to the Director of Public Prosecutions for directives.
Police are investigating the death of 1-year-old Peter Wall, which occurred on 18 May 2026, sometime after 8:15 p.m. The investigation commenced on the aforementioned date and time when officers were advised that a child had succumbed to injuries that he sustained at his residence, which is located at Camp 53 in Indian Creek Village, Orange Walk District. What we have learned in the course of this investigation is that the father of the child reported that he had left his home and entered his vehicle, and it was when he was taken off that he was alerted by his wife, who was signaling that something had happened. He exited the vehicle and inspected it, where he observed that the child, young 1-year-old Peter, was struck by the vehicle and succumbed to the injuries. A file has since been compiled and sent to the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution for the directives therefrom.
In other news, during the United Democratic Party's press conference on Tuesday, Leader of the Opposition, Honorable Tracy Tager-Panton, recalled that following her speech at the national budget debate in Belmopan, Deputy Prime Minister Honorable Cordell Hyde lauded that the Briceño administration was not introducing any new taxes. Panton refutes that, stating that while the government may not refer to them as taxes officially, there have been increases in fees across the board. She argued that Belizeans are being, quote, taxed to death, end quote.
At the national budget debate, after I gave my presentation in the House about 3 hours, the Honorable Cordell Hyde stood up and he said the Leader of the Opposition mentioned a lot of things. What she did not say, there were no increases in taxes. Well, honey, we da no kuno. In every facet of life, fees and taxes have increased in this country for basic services. If you want to get a birth paper, the taxes gone up. If you register your baby late, the taxes gone up. If you want your garbage pick up, taxes gone up. Your light bill gone up, your water bill gone up. And in short order, telecommunications going up, you know. So They might not call it a GST tax, but I am telling you, the people of this country are being taxed to death. Literally, we are bleeding because of the amount of taxes this administration are pouring on the backs of the Belizean people.
After the break, Lee Mark Chang says dollar not a stretch as far as before. Stay tuned.
Life moves fast. Your connection should keep up. Need more credit? More data? A flex bundle that fits your lifestyle? With Smart Prepaid, they're a prepaid option for every lifestyle and budget, making it easy to stay connected wherever you are. Because with Smart Prepaid, you can connect on your terms. Purchase credit, data, flex bundles, prepaid plans, and all your favorite prepaid services at any Smart agent, Smart showroom, or simply dial *100# key. No stress, no waiting. Just fast, easy, convenient ways to stay connected every day. Smart Prepaid. Connect on your terms.
The success of my business means a lot to my family, especially my brother, because I'm continuing his legacy, making butterfly art collages. It was very hard for me to receive payments. I had to go directly to meet the person I'm purchasing from and who I'm selling to receive payment. Because I opened my business account with Atlantic Bank, now I can make and receive payments online, and this has made my job much easier.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
In May, make Benny's your one-stop shop for appliances. We have Sankey refrigerators, stoves, microwaves, washers and dryers, freezers, smart TVs, and so much more for up to 19% off. Get amazing deals for mom and appliances all May long, and don't forget your B-Bucks whenever you make a purchase to be a part of our Homecation raffle to win $10,000 in December. Benny's, quality and savings.
The Social Security Board's new whistleblower reporting system makes it easy and confidential to speak up by reporting misuse of the Social Security services and benefits, including fraud, misconduct, false claims, and more. If you know of any unethical or illegal activity relating to SSB benefits, claims, or personnel, go to ssbspeakup.integrityline.com or use our toll-free hotline 0800-SPEAK-UP, 0800-773-2587. This confidential reporting system is a way for you to report concerns or incidents privately without fear of reprisal. Your submission is confidential and anonymous. The Social Security Board is committed to providing a secure, confidential medium for whistleblowing that promotes organizational accountability and enhances public confidence in our services.
The Ministry of Infrastructure Development and Housing hereby advises the public of the commencement of works for temporary bridge crossings at 2 locations in Belize City. The first temporary bridge crossing is being constructed near the Belcan Bridge, extending between the Belize Water Services Limited (BWSL) parking lot on the south side and the vacant lot adjacent to the Save-You store on the north side. Construction of a second temporary bridge crossing near the Swing Bridge between the Bottom Dollar parking area and Regent Street West is scheduled to commence during the week of May 18, 2026. Works at both locations generally include driving of foundation piles, placement of bridge girders, construction of reinforced concrete deck structures, associated marine and support works. To facilitate construction activities, barges and other marine equipment may be positioned within the Hallover Creek and may remain in place until work is completed. The temporary bridge structures are being constructed to maintain public access and traffic circulation during the planned reconstruction of the Swing Bridge and Bellicon Bridge later this year. MIDH advises all mariners and users of the Haulover Creek that active construction zones will be in effect at both locations. As such, all marine vessels are hereby advised that a no-wake zone will be enforced for approximately 200 feet on either side of each construction area. Operators of marine vessels and all users of the Haulover Creek are asked to exercise caution when navigating through work zones, observe all posted signage and safety instructions, reduce speed and comply with no-wake restrictions, remain attentive to construction personnel and equipment, extend courtesy and cooperation with workers on site. The Ministry thanks the public and the maritime community for their patience, understanding, and cooperation as we work to modernize and improve the nation's infrastructure. For further information on the project, please contact the Project Execution Unit at 614-3195.
On Tuesday, during his remarks at the UDP's press conference, Honorable Lee Mark Chang, the area rep for Mesopotamia, addressed the country's rising cost of living. He said that while the Statistical Institute of Belize reported that the inflation rate is just below 2% for March, he said Belizeans on the ground are realizing that their, quote, dollar not stretch as far as before, end quote. He also questioned if residents will be properly consulted ahead of an impending rise in electricity rates.
Belizean is feeling the pressure of the cost of living, which is literally killing us. The latest figure from the Statistical Institute of Belize shows that inflation in Belize continues to affect the everyday lives of Belizean families. The most recent report showed national inflation rate at 1.9% as of March 2026. And while the government may say inflation is low or under control, Belizeans know the real truth on the ground. With dollar not stretched as far as before. So what is driving inflation? According to the SIB, the biggest drivers are fuel prices, food prices, electricity costs, which has gone up early this year. Are we up again? Yes, yes. So I want to ask, how is the finances at BEL right now? Are they thinking about raising rates again? Will the PUC have any input in their new proposed rate increase? Will there be any consultation for the proposed rate increase? Or will government just put it on us, like the trade license, the property tax, the gas tax?
The mayor of San Ignacio and Santa Elena, Earl Trapp Jr., alleged that following the most recent elections, there were several cases of electoral irregularities. The matter went before the magistrate court and eventually the High Court, but a formal judgment was not made ahead of the 2025 general elections. Trapp shared examples where several people requested transfers to a single residence. He also spoke of a case where a resident was told that someone else had already voted as his proxy, even though the voter had not requested it.
After reviewing the 2024 municipal elections and the 2025 general elections, I believe there is strong evidence of serious electoral irregularities within polling station or area 73, the largest polling area within the municipality and one that represents roughly half of San Ignacio and Santa Elena. This is not about political frustration. This is about whether Belizeans can continue to trust the integrity of elections. The numbers alone raise serious questions. In 2024 municipal elections, I defeated the PUP candidate in all three polling areas that makes up the Twin Tongues, 72, 73, and 76. 1 year later, during the 2025 general elections, polling area 73 recorded an extraordinary increase of over 1,056 new votes cast. What? 1,056, just a year after. To put this in perspective, polling area 72 increased by 15%. And when I spoke to a political analyst and an election observer, he said that 15% is the norm. Polling area 76 increased by 9%, while polling area 73 increased by a little over 65%, which is 1,000 additional votes in just 1 year. Just before January 2024 registration deadline, 18 new voters were registered at a single two-bedroom residence on Orion Street. 18. Those 18 individuals carried 15 different surnames, most of them teenagers and young adults. The same address, during the official transfer period in July and August, later received 16 additional voter transfers.
There are reports that a 56-year-old woman identified as Lisa Lazaro is hospitalized after being knocked down by a vehicle while attempting to board a passenger bus in Orange Walk Town. According to reports, Lazaro and her niece were awaiting a bus stop when an oncoming vehicle approached the area above the speed limit. Witnesses reported that the vehicle struck Lazaro as she stepped out to board the bus, flinging her onto the pavement. She was transported to the Northern Regional Hospital for treatment. Preliminary reports indicate she sustained injuries to her legs and upper body. Her niece was not injured in the incident, and police are investigating. And a quiet corner of Santa Familia turned into a creative haven at the beginning of May as art lovers gathered for a retreat that blended nature, learning, and a little adventure. The idea was born out of a collaboration between painter Yao Ling Lee and Carmelita River Cabins. Marisol Amaya has the story.
For 3 days, art lovers, beginners and pros alike, tucked themselves into a cozy corner of the backlands in Cayo on a sprawling farm steeped in history. Carmelita River Cabins in Santa Familia offered a 100-year-old nature-wrapped haven, and famed painter Yao Ling Lee let her imagination run. That evolved into painting in the river, the centerpiece of a carefully curated art retreat. Sun rays kissing the cool expanse of the Belize River, the water taking the edge off 100-degree heat, comfy clothes, and nothing on the mind except art. But in this adventurous creative escape, that was just one of several guided painting sessions, including portraiture, plein air, and a sculpting session of horses. Yao Ling has been trying to coordinate the perfect getaway, and Carmelita River Cabins was the ideal setting.
I've been wanting to do this for many years. First day we went through some different application, how to use watercolor, which is very important. Second day morning we work with, if you're familiar with plein air painting, that's what I do. Okay, usually I work with oil. Okay, but for this retreat we use acrylic and watercolor and pencil. My goal is not that they come here, we do a masterpiece and that's it. No, they come here, I'm sharing my painting experience with them, as always I want to do everywhere I go. And then they pick up some bits and pieces and then learn some, they practice some with me. So I'm kind of planting the seeds, many seeds at once. The morning session yesterday was intense under the hot sun, but we managed. They learned something. And I'm so proud of them. They achieved certain things like, wow, that's wonderful. And after lunch, you know where we go? That's how I decided. Morning, intense. Afternoon, come on, let's go for a swim in the river. And painting in the river with the fish.
Yes.
And you get to swim. And we learn also watercolor. I talk about the value compositions. So we're using different activity and I bring a different fundamental idea to explain.
Real adventure.
Real for me too. I love it. They are drawing, actually, doing sketches of horses. Then we're going to make scout horse relief. We are using water-based clay to make relief based on the sketch they created.
Are there plans to keep this going?
That's the goal of Gabi, the Carmelita River Cupping. As I know, I can't speak for them, but I know they have a very specific idea and the future planning for this special place.
All scrumptious meals and snacks were included in the 2-night stay, plus horseback riding, swimming, and even marshmallow roasting. For Gabi Silva, whose family owns Carmelita River Cabins, the retreat reflected the essence of what they envision for the land.
My grandfather actually grew up here in the farmhouse that's actually 100 years old. We kind of tried to preserve it as much as possible to kind of keep its charm, and wanted to share, the beauty of this place with other people. I enjoy a little bit of painting, and when I came here, I realized that this is the perfect place for artists. You can come here, you unwind, you listen to the birds, and you just enjoy the beauty of nature. And so I reached out to her, and she said yes. She said, but I don't want to do it just for a day. I want to do it for a weekend. They said that's the idea that I've had for a while. So I said, well, I think this is the perfect place for you. And she came out and she loved it, and we started planning.
Among the participants was Alana Rosado, an artist from Belize City who reconnected with her creative spark during the retreat.
I saw this advertised on Miss Yao Ling's Facebook, and I became immediately interested in the idea of being able to just relax and think about nothing but painting and making art for a whole weekend. It's so peaceful to be here. You can just hear the birds and the horses and bugs, and there's little dogs running around, and there's kids. And it's also very historic. The house is very old, but very beautiful. And there's just a lot of peace and quiet here.
And you got it. Alana's favorite experience was painting in the river.
That was so unique. I feel like I don't want anybody to ask me to do anything else except that for the rest of my life. It was so refreshing, and just the river is such a beautiful place anywhere in Belize. If you have the opportunity to go in the river, you should go in the river. But going in the river and painting is just next level.
And the water was so nice, right?
Yes, it was really, really good because it was 101 degrees yesterday.
For Silva, the retreat exceeded expectations.
I think it has been very successful. We're very proud of the work that we have all put into it. And so to see it, here it happening in front of us, and to see the people really enjoying and learning, it's really something special. They come here, they've been painting. It's almost like work because they've been doing it all day in the sun hut, but they're not complaining because they're happy. They're enjoying what they're doing, and they're also relaxing. Yesterday they went for a morning swim at 6:30 in the morning. Wow. They didn't want to come out of the water. This is something that they will remember and they will take with them, and we're a part of that, and that's what makes me happy.
For Creme News XTV, I am Marisol Amaya.
And with that, we've come to the end of our newscast. The repeat can be viewed on the station later tonight at 9 and again tomorrow at midday. Join us again tomorrow for another edition of the news. And remember, you can always catch up with the day's top stories on our YouTube channel and Facebook page under XTV Belize. And you can watch the evening news live on our XTV BHNI app. I am Drea Espinosa. Have a safe and enjoyable evening.